the Gold Premade East division, as I've said before, and Manitoba Mallards gonna look to get one on the board for the franchise against the Paris Letdowns here, and here we go over to P1.
Manitoba getting on this hill first with Fish. Paris with those P2 spawn sides off the rip though, and both teams fighting this one out on P1 at the moment. A pinstripe kill feed at the moment, and it is going to be Paris Letdowns getting killed out. So Manitoba collecting this time for the time being. They got to be careful as well. Paris does not get flipped. That could be an issue here for them, as Manitoba already working their way over.
Yeah, they're going to rotate on over. They're going to call it quits, and they will get there. So now it is going to be Paris. They're going to hop on the rest of this time. Not sure how much time is left. I'm noticing there's something missing in the middle there. Oh, I believe we're using the CDL hardpoint variation. Uh-oh. I hope they changed some of the rules. I was testing this out earlier. There's a lot of discrepancies, but hard to tell how much time there is left on the hill. We will do our best, but at the moment, Paris is still up, and they do have it this next time.
And Paris wasn't a good setup, but Toby absolutely ripping them apart. Almost finds 3. As BJ Davis will now find the kill on the Toby, and this will allow Manitoba to try to get back on this time. Both teams fighting it out right now, though, and I'm wondering if they know how much time is left on these hills as well. It is going to be Paris, though, for the time being, getting the scrap time, or what we think is scrap time, and it is going to be Manitoba setting up for new, but the kill is all going the way of Paris, and this is a good stretch for them.
Going to be a good stretch, good chain here from Paris, as they will eat up the rest of this time, and they will get yet another rotation over to P3. We go. Manitoba not getting blessed with any type of spawn whatsoever. They'll spawn over by the street, and they'll try to make a play for it, but BJ Davis is going to be coming from behind, but Fish finds that kill, and Sig actually finds a kill over onto the point, so an opportunity here for Manitoba to make good. At a 4v2 man advantage, but the spawns are coming up here for Paris, and the time is running out. The push comes through, and the break is there. Manitoba will hop on in and start to eat up some of this time, and there goes 4 down. That's the chance they were hoping for.
Yeah, great break there from Manitoba. They get on this time and will allow themselves to put Paris in a little bit of a bind here. It is Sigburn holding down this top side of the map, finding another one, looking for Clam Shatter as well, trying to rip him off the head. He is taken down, though. And the rotation is coming in here for both teams. Toby with the big kill there on the BJ Davis, and now, again, both teams really vying for positioning. The rest of that scrap time going the way of Manitoba, but the fight for this top side of new is going to be a big one right now, going the way of Paris.
Yeah, Paris, another rotation win. Once again, they will hop onto this one, but Manitoba is right in their back pocket. They're going to be able to take down 2, and hop onto this time. So Clam Chowder going to try to make a play quickly here. Might be able to find one, does so. Trying to find a second, can't do so. Sigburn will clean that one up, but now here comes the final push here, but great wall bang there from Sigburn. That's my former teammate right there. Going to try to find another. Here is Fish. Does so as BJ Davis. Going to find one and finally get a kill in the column for Paris. As Clam Chowder now going to try themselves to make a play. Can't do so. Checks the wrong corner. And Toby will find that one. So, bit of a white hill on this one. It keeps the score about even.
Yeah, not much time going either way. But now, Manitoba starting to find those kills right now. Sig doing a phenomenal job of just playing his life throughout this hill and being a menace to the side of Paris. But now P5 is popping. Manitoba in a good position here. They're actually spawning on that hill at the time being. Paris, though, aggressively pushing this new hill. But Fish shutting it down with 2 in the feed. And now these back spawns coming in from Paris. Let's see if Manitoba is wise.
Manitoba appears to be so. Hazel does get 1, but Fish answers back. First rotation win here for Manitoba, and it finally comes on P5. Flub gets a little lucky there. Switching to your pistol is faster than reloading. Word to Captain Price as Paris start to try to build back the points lost on these past couple of hills, but Mills certainly not going to let that one happen without a fight. Get our answers back now, and Fish dies to unknown circumstances as everybody else tries to gather around the point, but Paris have retained control, and they are still holding on.
Yeah, I don't know if they're reading the spawn in the back for Manitoba, but now they will with the shots coming in, and Paris will look to collect the rest of this time on the hill as Bill's maybe trying to set himself up for Nexus. Just a few seconds left on this hill, and Once again, I mean, we had this in the first year, so essentially even after the first set of rotations. It's been a very even match so far, even on the scoreboard, the kill feed, excuse me, and it has just been back and forth.
Paris starting to finally find their groove. Once again, they will hop onto this P1, each that initial time here. So now Manitoba working uphill to try to get some ground back. As Mills finds the inside and does so, finds Pazel, now finds Clam up top. Already weak, I believe. Now gonna try to take down Davis and does, but Flub is right there for the double. Manitoba, though, still in control. Player advantage still a little too strong. So they will maintain a hold of this hill for the time being, but keep an eye on that rotation. It is currently in position Manitoba, and they're actually doing a good job here. They are spreading out across the lanes to keep control of it, but they all go down. That's certainly not going to help things. Spawn's still in their favor for right now, I believe. Or no, sorry. They lost it to Paris now because they will be over towards the top of the map. I thought Manitoba will get one more final spawn there, but they did not do so. So good string here for Paris. They will hold on to P2. Probably get a good amount of time off of this.
Yeah, this is a really good string here, and now you have to watch what the route is going to be. Player number 2 and Toby trying to hit through this back alley. We'll see if he's able to right now. It's going to be a fight on this top balcony to try to get some positioning, but Clam Chowder are just picking them off over and over again. He's on a 3 streak. Now BJ Davis has a lot to do with all these players going to be flooding this back alley. Paris now wise to the spawn coming in. Toby with the fire kill, finding one. Clam Chowder though finding one, turning on a second. Mills with the trade though. This allowed Manitoba to get in. Big gunfight coming in, which Mills does win. The scrap time will go to them, but you see Paris already flooding that next hill. It is going to be Fish trying to hold it down by himself on this side of the map. Clam Chowder though is going to find him. Fish straight it out. Paris will have the rotation for next.
Big play there from Toby to basically hide behind the one little piece of center wall that basically prevented them from going down as they pick up 2. But the trade will be there at Paris. Once again, another rotation battle there. This one was a little bit harder, but they still end up getting the time anyway. Sigburn up top, the rest of the team over towards that palm tree. Going to try to make the pinch on the inside. Don't want to let too much time go here. They could easily get to that 200 mark if they hold on long enough. But certainly the kill's going the way of Team Orange right now as Fish finally finds an opening towards that back door. Might have some help as well with Toby, but Toby ends up getting picked off. So now up to Fish trying to make a play, but there are just too many. And by 2, I mean literally 2. Many Paris Letdown players inside of that hill. So the rest of the time could remain white or could go on Manitoba's side. And oh man, this is why you don't use the CDL mode. You want to know why you don't use the CDL mode? Because Punish is on. That's why. Don't use Punish. We'll have to change that to this. I apologize, folks. But regardless of that, Paris up by 50 going into the next hill.
And that really hurts Manitoba there because they had a chance to collect what I'm going to imagine was about 20 seconds of scrap time. Based on kind of that down, but now Paris is on this next hill, at least in position to set this one up. And now they have a chance to really pull away from this one. It is going to be Manitoba needing a huge break here. Let's see if they can find it as the kills are going their way. Fish with 2 in the feed, looking for a third and finds it as well. So Fish opening the door here for Manitoba to get back into this one. And they played this hill so well last time as well. You just start to think that this is maybe Manitoba's hill as they are continuing to find the kills. The feed is completely white.
Manitoba finding a bit of groove once again to try to bring themselves back into this when they were down about 50 points. Now 30 points away here, and they're going to hold on to a good portion of this time. So rotations now in place, and it looks like that Manitoba will have possession of this as well. But Flub and I believe BJ Davis going to make a big play onto this one. They're going to find Toby over by P2 as well. So P5 currently going over towards Paris. And they will hold on for right now. And looks like the rest of Paris holding on to that mid site. And they're just getting all the kills right now. Pazel finds a couple there on the inside. Manitoba will get that box truck spawn. And they're going to have to move quickly here. They do not want Paris to get a big lead once again.
Manitoba did a good job on that last hill to get themselves back into this one, but you need a big break, and that's exactly what you get. 3 down in the feed, and Paris is starting to crumble here a little bit. Back-to-back hills where they are just getting killed in waves. They cannot seem to find one right now. BJ Davis finds one, and now maybe the opening, but Manitoba is starting to creep back up to try to tie this game or take the lead as they are just past that 200 mark. Now the pinch coming in here for Paris, and they will be able to get in for the time being. Sig just trying to stay up behind desk. I don't know if they know he's there. They do. Fluff takes him down. Paris back in the time, and we'll look to collect the rest of it as we'll see As this next hill pops, if Manitoba, I mean, they're starting to try to get the positioning here if they can hold this point, but Clan Chowder from top 3, you gotta account for him.
Gotta account for that up top, and it looks like Manitoba will absolutely do so. So they keep the time white, which is the best you can hope for with the type of string that Paris was starting to move along with. 229 to 207 back to P1. That's Clam Chowder. And the rest of the gang try to force their way on in. Fish is going to hop in the point, though, but Flub Season is right there for the answer. So Paris now going to put the pressure on. They're going to hop on to the point. Manitoba going to have to make a play here, and Sig is going to open it up with a kill from up top, but the reinforcements are dwindling. And Paris are going to hop onto the time and continue to just move right on along. They are on the path to victory here, less than 10 seconds away. Fish going to try to put a stop to it right here and now.
They got to try to get them off for as long as they can, and only 10 seconds away, as you said. Still some time to win this one here if you are Paris, but you got to find the break quickly, which the contest is coming in, and now a all-out just chaos on the point. It's going to go the way of Manitoba, and now Manitoba is really set up on this next hill as well, and look where Paris is spawning. They are spawning as far away as you can. Manitoba might have the chance. It's going to come down to one break here from Paris. They have to find this break on the first time around, or it is over. Let's see what happens.
Big starting kill, though, as they find Sigburn on the flank here. So now they're going to have to just move right on in. They got to find the rest of these kills. Here comes the break. Hazel finds one, but Toby lines up two. Two more players up for Paris here. They got to stay alive to the best they can. Mills finds one, though, but Cliff Jenner goes huge on the inside. At least stalls long enough for Paris to respawn. But Manitoba are back in the point. Less than 7 seconds to go. Sigburn finds a kill. And I think those last couple of kills will just about do it. A great rotation is all it takes sometimes, and Manitoba have certainly proved that here today. They make the comeback, winning by 10 points. It's a 250 to 240.
That is a tough one for Paris. I mean, you had a chance to run up there in that P1, and when they were all killed out, there was still time on P1, so it spawns them at market.
This time, Manitoba Mallards and Paris Letdowns, they will be on the high rise here for some search and destroy action, and Flub already finding the Kobe from distance to give Paris a good shot, and Sig answers with one himself.
And I don't think Flub meant with that, and this is a fast start to our search and destroy. Already a 2v2 situation. These players, they look down B Street, which they do, they might spot each other. Mills gets some shots off, but no damage dealt. Now both players, both teams, as Fish gets some bad timing there on Clam Chowder. Now Mills in a 1v2. Maybe looking to take this A, maybe go top heli. But it looks like Paris is reading this pretty well.
But Mills is actually going to get the better of that one. It's a good kill on the Clam Chowder. And now, good advantage here for Mills. Has the bomb in hand as well, so all I have to worry about is trying to get this bomb down. Tries to get BJ Davis! One bullet off. 8 HP themselves. Has to back up here. 25 seconds on the clock. So now, everyone sizing each other out. BJ Davis doing the right thing here. Playing in, but Mills has the eyes, but BJ has the gunny. So Paris will get the dub there on that one. They will open up this search and destroy with a round win.
That was a nice play there by Mills to reposition himself, but the snap from BJ Davis and the kill will get that round on the board there for Paris. Nice round from them. A bang out really to start that one, and then when the players started to slow it down, got a little more methodical, but now it is going to be Paris on the offensive side. Let's see what they elect to do in this one.
So now Paris on the attack themselves here. Grenades flying. Can they find anyone? Doesn't seem so. Bit of a steady approach here from Paris. They're just going to try to find the first gunfight. Fish is going to win that one, though, down bottom blue. No trades for Paris, so there'll be a player down going throughout the rest of this round. Mills going to play nice and aggressive as they push up over towards top heli. They're going to take a peek as help from Toby. No shots being found quite yet. Paris trying to find a way through, but Mills is just not letting that happen. Another player down here for Paris. Basil trying to even the odds at least a little bit, and does so. Finds Sig. Still one player down. A little bit more doable, but now it is virtually impossible. BJ Davis, 1v3 situation. Toby definitely caught a sight of him now. It's just about timing. And, well, you know, for a second, thought they were going to have the ladder and do something crazy up on top of that hut.
Nice round there from the side of Manitoba. Nice bounce back round. And funnily enough, I really thought that both teams would at least through the first 2 rounds. I mean, obviously early sample, but I thought both teams would really try to get control of the bottom part of this map. It seems like that's been happening a lot from what the COD I've been watching, but both teams really not doing it too much. We've had a lot of 1v1 gunfights down there, but nothing too crazy where we're seeing team pushes down that way. There's going to be Manitoba on the offensive side again, and both teams look like they might be trying to spread the map as well, just find these picks. And Flub, does he get the flank here? Does he get the timing?
The Flub's gonna have to deal with 2 players. That's one, and then can they be on the outside?
Oh!
And
Oh!
ooh, saved by the bell. Right of the crane in this case. Toby knows when to take the jump shot, knows the map. But I do wonder if they were clenching a little bit on the way down. And now it's going to be up to Pazel. 1v3 situation. Finds one, trying to find a second. Should have went left, but you went straight. So Manitoba, that's 2 in a row.
Nice one there. Nice quick round. And yeah, I don't know if that was intentional for Toby, if he knew I was behind him or not, but that was scary from my perspective. I don't know about him, but yeah, nice easy round. Right now, Manitoba doing a good job of just putting themselves in man advantages essentially every round. I mean, had the 1v2 the first round that they were down, but the last 2 rounds doing a really good job, and that's reflected in the scoreboard at the moment.
Good stuff here from Manitoba, trying to continue that series lead after being 1-0 in a close Karachi hardpoint. So back on over we go here for Paris on the attacking side of things. Pazel gets an eye on Fish, but Fish gets out of dodge. Goes for a swim to get on out of there, but Toby finds BJ Davis again. Flub going around the outside, finds the route, looks for Sig, finds him, looks for Toby. Toby a little bit quicker and a little less weak to take that gunfight. So now Clam Chowder, another 1v3 situation here for Paris.
Yeah,
Just not a good start here for them at all.
Sorry, yeah, 3 rounds in a row here that they've been in 1v3, and you're just putting yourself in positions that are just not winnable. And Manitoba continues to punish them for that. Got to do a better job with these opening picks. I mean, they are just losing it essentially every round, and you're seeing it again. 3-1 on the scoreboard. Big round coming up here. See if Paris can get themselves, get themselves back into this one.
So up to Paris here to try to claw themselves back out of the hell that they're currently in. A good start to this one, but 3 in a row. Something you absolutely don't want to have happen. Talked about that in the previous match from just some terrible analysis from Ty, but regardless. On the attacking side here is Manitoba. BJ Davis can open up the lane and will actually be able to find 2. Bomb drop 2, but Fish answers the call. We'll be able to go back for the teammate and the bomb. So 3v2 situation here for Paris. Now 1v2 situation as a couple of trades come on in. It's Toby versus Clam Chowder and Flub. Bomb is dropped on the complete opposite side of the map, so Toby has some work to do here. We caught a sight of Flub. The drop shot's there, but Clam is right there from distance to get the trade. And that is just some good timing there from Paris. Finally get back on the board.
And finally had a round where they started with the advantage, the man advantage. It was BJ Davis with 2 in the feed. And that sets his team up for the victory in that one. Clem Chowder with those long shots on a weak player on the other side of Beach Street. He takes him down 3-2 now. I don't know if Paris knew that bomb was down, but it seemed like they were kind of camping that side of the map. So a really tough situation there for Manitoba. They're not able to get that victory in Paris. Back on the board.
Back on the attacking side we go to try to continue this streak. Be a good idea for Paris. Certainly don't want to get yourself into the swing round in this type of fashion. Opening remarks from all the MCWs that are being held across both squads right now. Mills finds the flank route though. How quickly can they get on over on the other side? 2 of the teammates have fallen in the meantime. So Sig just got to wait for Mills to do some work. Finds 1 in the back. That's Pazel. Flub trying to get an angle and does so. Mills waited a little too long there, and now the roles have reversed here. 1v3, but this time it's Manitoba on the disadvantaged side of things. Bomb should go down here on B. Sig is a bit of a miracle here. Does find Flub. Good start. Finds Clam Chowder as well. Turn and burn, and the bomb was not planted. Might be a mistake here for BJ Davis if Sig can find the timing.
Jesus, man. I swear I thought he was going to fall off the map in the timing.
Oh my god!
Sig shutting it down, and what a round there for Manitoba. You know, Mills starts that round off with a great flank, but the problem was 2 teammates died in that time he did that. Gets 1 kill. The disadvantage goes their way. 1v3 for Shig. It does not matter. Finds the timing on the players. I don't know if he initially seen that bomb going down or not. It looked like from Codcaster we could see a bit of him. Maybe he didn't see it, but ultimately finds 2 kills, makes the 1v1, and wins it. What a great play there from Sig as we head to the swing round.
Love the head shake as well. Swing round secured here for Manitoba. 4-2 on the attacking side, and a quick A push. This might be a bloodbath here, and Paris have completely gone on the opposite end. Maybe not so quick of an A. They allowed Fish to push up first. Try to see if they can get the attention. They're going to find BJ's, and BJ's will win that one. And now Mills going to get this one down. Toby going to try to lock in that position here for the potential trade, and does so. So 3v3 with the bomb down. This is the best situation you have if you're Manitoba, but watch out for Pazel coming around the backside. Might be trouble. Actually can't find the shots onto Mills. So Sig with an easy turnaround. Now all up to Flub in a 1v3. Lots of 1v3s. There's one. Can't find the second. Has to back off. Has to try and re-engage here. Tries to find Toby. A couple bullets do land. But now you're just playing against the clock. Trying to turn. Looks the wrong direction. And now Manitoba Mallards bring us to map point once again.
Flub had the information on those 2 players, but as you said, racing at the clock, and you have to start getting a little bit aggressive. Toby plays this phenomenally, finds the kill. 10-4 from Toby as well. Really playing some phenomenal search and destroy in this one, and this puts Manitoba on map point to go up 2-0 in this series. Gotta find a way to dig deep here if you're Paris, and find a way to just win a round at a time.
Gotta win 4 straight. On a map like this, a lot easier said than done. Okay, I'm just going to try to fire some bullets and say hello to everyone from Manitoba who is crossing over to the A side with Flub. Gets a full greeting to Fish. A side still appears to be the target, but Manitoba have closed out the direct route here, but Paris doesn't seem to mind too much here. They're just going to take over the spawn, and they're going to try to shoot the backs of any ducks they might find over in this area. I think both of them laid out by top heli. Sigburn is at least spotted. Hazel has some help as they will race the round. Sig goes down. You got to find Toby. You don't. Toby finds one, but now Mills in a 1v3. Why is it always 1v3s?
Yeah, common theme in this one.
Yeah, a little bit.
Bomb is down in bottom blue right now. We'll see. This might work right in the play of Mills. No, he's not going to. Hazel falls off. The trade does come in, though. Could have got it from there, but Paris do shut it down. 1 round at a time, as we said, and they get it there.
I can assure you, somebody clip it. There's going to be like a round 11 CDL moment in like map 5 where that happens and it costs someone a round. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. That point is too advantageous and it's too easy to slip up on it. So definitely see that happening in the future. Certainly going to happen a lot on the CRL streams, I can assure you that. So if you're new around here, consider following or subscribing, and you get to see all of those. But in the meantime, Manitoba still have some work to do here. I want to try to avoid the curse here as they try to close this one out and put them up on a 2-0 series lead. That's a good start as Fish finds one. Toby up on the inside. Toby finds one. Going to try to find another. It's going to be Pazel, and Pazel does fall. And I mean, Ty, what is it? What is it now?
It is a 1v3 once again. Clam gets taken down by Sig, and Manitoba will win the map off of the back of a just phenomenal performance in the map from Toby. And finding another 2 kills in that round. Again, I think it felt like almost every round he was going around that outside bottom heli, but they just were not accounting for it.
A good couple of series we've had so far, and I'm glad this one is continuing all the same. Let's see how far it goes. We are here.
It is going to be Manitoba on that attacking side and just hitting this A first. Getting some information on what that stun is. Fish, BJ Davis with the first kill on the Toby to start this map, and we'll see if Toby can continue the reign he just had in that search and destroy, really carrying his team's victory there. Sig finds that kill on the BJ Davis, and right now just a crapshoot, I'll say. Keep it clean on this B1, but Pazel finds 3, and that's back to the spawn for Manitoba.
Try again. Here is Manitoba, one tick down, trying to find more, but BJ Davis still up top is going to be a problem. The turn with the pistol finds Mills' dome completely cracked open. So now Manitoba just going to keep pushing at this. They don't want to focus over onto B, and this is smart. You just want to keep hitting this. You need to just get A done and over with. B is a much harder hill to grab. And now a little bit of progress here, but still not quite a second tick. Yeah, you shouldn't have ducked there, Fish. Stay down, man. Take that tick. You were just a millisecond off. But now an open possibility here, and now as all of Paris is pushed up, I think this one is indicating to Manitoba that they do have an opening on B, so now they're going to take the time to take a look.
And Paris wasn't realizing this. Maybe a player number 6 now. Flood is realizing. He finds the cross, and now the reinforcements will come in, and Paris is playing this phenomenally right now on defense. The lives in their favor by 7. Flood doesn't find the timing. He at least finds one before he's taken down. Sigbrand finding 2, and now Fish finding a 3rd. So you only have 1 player on this B zone for now, and you got to be able to get across if you are Manitoba. But yeah, this is potential here for them.
Yeah, this is a good diversion tactic. Focus up on B. I think Paris absolutely want to keep this hill as fair as they possibly can. That's absolutely what they're going to do. So they're going to give up A. The split push ends up panning out. So that's going to buy an extra minute here for Manitoba. So now a minute 22 on the clock, but the lives are starting to dwindle. Manitoba now with less than double digits to go. Paris have 15 in their back pocket right now. So Manitoba now with A in their back pocket can slow it down a little bit here, but they have to make these next kills count, and that is not a good start.
And if you're Manitoba, you essentially have to play a little bit of a team deathmatch right now. Try to get some kills. Again, try to get that 3 or 4 down situation and then push. But right now you're in a kind of a bind because now Paris is allowed to move up the map and kind of spawn trap you, and this is not going well. No respawns remaining. Sig, though, from the back, can he find something?
Nobody hopes to find here. Doesn't find anything at all as Toby will find BJ in response here. So Paris still, oh man, look at that close spawn too. BJ Davis is right there to continue to help reinforce B. A little bit of opening here and a nice long range kill. 30 seconds on the clock though. Manitoba have to make this count. 3 versus 10, and Toby just going to go with the solo challenge, but BJ is going to line it up. And the rest of Paris will handle the cleanup in the front aisle. So 1-0 here for Paris. This is a much different looking team right now.
Yeah, that was a nice round from them and played that pretty well. You put Manitoba in a situation where they are kind of scrambling. Do they want to go A? Do they want to go B? And doing so just drain those lives so much where it put them in a really tough situation. Good start here for reverse sweep potential for Paris. And I will say the stakes have been risen because somebody in chat said if they reverse sweep, I'll cook and eat my bird. So you know
what kind of bird we're talking.
Yeah, you know, as I said that, I was like, wait a second, but you know, the stakes are higher.
Yeah, I mean, stakes are absolutely high. I mean, Paris could be just really down the field. Who knows? Sigbrand, though, finds the double in the meantime. I mean, you could eat clam chowder. And it's right there.
It is.
It's delicious, by the way. That clam chowder in Boston before, it is unbeatable, gotta say. Meanwhile, Fish doesn't like clam chowder too much, so he'll put him in an early grave. Fish trying to keep out of the fire of Pazel. Not a lot of progress here for Paris on the attacking side of things, and Fish has a lot to do with that right now as he just keeps duck diving and weaving. But Flood will finally put an end to that one. Sigbrand trying to make something happen as well. Finds 2, but BJ Davis once again there for the cleanup. This is a name you see time and time again here with BJ Davis coming in and getting in the good flanks here and just causing a lot of problems and a lot of the pushes that Manitoba are trying to pull.
And this has just been really, really nice here from Paris so far. Lives once again in their favor, but BJ Davis having on himself a map, 15-5, eventually does get taken down. This A point trying to go. You only have 1 player on it at the moment, but it is going to be the A point done and dusted. 1 minute and 30 seconds on the clock here for Paris. Lives are even though. Manitoba does not have the greatest positioning right now in B though. Gotta get this first wave of kills if you are on the defensive side.
Lives about even this time, so Paris want to try to dwindle Manitoba just a little bit and thin him out here before trying to make this push, and doing a good job at the moment. BJ Davis once again with another double. Toby answers back as well with a double of his own. Now the rest of Manitoba are starting to circle the drain a little bit here and trying to find the rest of Paris, and Fish is starting to move and groove a little bit here. Look at Toby as well. Now has control of P5 will be able to post up on this heady and do some damage to any incoming Paris respawners. But a couple of kills might change
That's
the
three.
tides here, and that opens things up. Paris are in the back door, but Mills is still up top, finds two, slows everything down just for a moment. As Clam Chowder, man, doubles all over the place, but it's still orange inside of the point.
And this is, you're in trouble. I mean, if you're Manitoba, you are in trouble. Have to now just push this over to the point. Only 2 players on the point right now for Paris, though, so the time is not going as fast as it could. Now you have time, if you're Manitoba, to try to work these kills. They will try to go in. Toby not able to get any. Now Fish from the inside. The team kill coming in and helping out Manitoba for the time being. Now only 2 players left up for Paris. Fish barely getting that kill. BJ Davis finding 1, finding 2. Looking for more. Sig in the back. Only 3 lives left for Manitoba, though. Make it 2. You just got to get over here if you're Paris, and you're in a pretty good spot.
Clock is ticking, though. Mills might have an opportunity. Moves on in, but now it is all up to Mills. You just have to collapse on him at this point, and Clam Chowder might have an angle, but the chow is there regardless. Paris Letdowns looking a lot better than what we've seen from the past 2 maps. A lot more coordinated, winning a lot of the big gunfights that they need to, and ultimately putting a lot more pressure on Manitoba throughout both of these rounds. And now we're just 1 round away from staying in the series.
I mean, I said it once, I'll say it again. You're basically looking at LSCLO Part 2 on this control, because a little bit easier as well. It's a little bit easier to get that A zone, but if you just go 3 or 4 down on B, it happens every time. You were put in such a tough situation to get back to this hill, and it's just impossible. I mean, you're fighting through head glitches, you're fighting through, you know, funneling with your teammates. It is going to be Manitoba here, down 0-2, looking for a spark. Going to go to this B zone first. Shig with that first kill, and with no other Paris players over here, they could get on this time and try to pull this B zone away. Good start here from Manitoba to get themselves back into this control.
Yeah, the B slate hit first, something I was curious to see. And Manitoba are going to be the ones to do it, and not by force. This was the chosen spot, so they are going to hop on. And they're going to at least get 1 tick. Oh, but Clam Chowder is starting to find some heads. So now it's going to be all up to Mills on the inside. Does get the 2nd tick, though. Great progress on to be here for Manitoba to kick off this attacking round. Reinforcements trying to get there, but Paris not letting it happen.
I mean, this is fine if you're Manitoba. You got the 2 ticks on B, so now you can focus on A, get this, and then have a much easier time over at B. Fish trying to extend himself, does find the kill on the BJ Davis, and will look to continue. He is taken down, though. First tick of progress goes down on A, and that is now chaos on the hill. And once again, Manitoba is killed out. They're having a really hard time on this map, just finding waves of kills. It feels like, you know, they're finding a few, and then they will go 3 or 4 down, and it just stops their progress. It is going to be Manitoba, though, finding 2, and we'll look to get back over to that B zone and try to get that 3rd tick.
Yeah, back over to B we go, and Paris might just decide to chalk, and they will do so. So over to A we go, and curious how Paris will respond to this one. They are down about a life. But there's a lot of time to work with here for Manitoba. Flub Season's going to be up top, firing some bullets. The rest of Paris just kind of spread out across that A site. BJ Davis going to fire the first shot as Toby will go down. Flub with a follow-up. 5 spree there for Flub. Keep an eye on that. If the streak does fall, it will not. Mills is going to take control of that top AC, so open things up here for Manitoba, who get a good red spawn here, but Paris are not too far behind. This will be another line battle.
Yeah, and Manitoba is taking this slow, which I actually don't mind. Get yourself in position. You don't want to just throw yourself at the time. The problem is the kills are not going your way. That is going to be 3 down. Ooh. Mills, though, finding 2. Will look to buy time for his teammates, but you see those Paris players pushing up the top side of the map right now, trying to just be a menace, and right now that is going to be 3 down. Fish left alive.
Paris have slightly regained that life lead, but not for long as Fish continues to hold down that red side of things. 1 tick on A, but less than a minute to go here, so Manitoba slowly want to make their way on over, and by slowly I mean a little bit quicker than normal. So Fish finds 1 and finds another. Fish starting to do God's work, finds 4, and now allows Manitoba to open things up a little bit. Here comes the stack. They have control of the top roof as well, so now Paris going to have to fight from the ground up. The cruise missile comes down, does find Mills, and Clam is there to grab another inside of the hill. Toby from up top, and Clam reads it like a book. Fish trying to keep things moving along for Manitoba, but how much can you really do when you're by yourself? The answer is not a lot. 30 seconds to go.
Great play there, using that cruise, and finding the kill on hill, and then you were able to find the follow-ups if you're a Clam Chowder. One more shot at this if you're a Manitoba. Sigburn with 2 does get traded out, and now Fish finding the kill on the flub. So now 5v4 life advantage here for Manitoba. That second tick is quickly approaching. We have another cruise coming in. Paris wants to end it here. Clam Chowder with hit on hill, finding 2. Flub finding a 3rd. Sig going to be taken down as well. And now with 1 life left, it is all crumbled for Manitoba. 1v3 for Toby.
Yeah, Toby, you're going to have to go for it here. See if the kills can line up in just perfect harmony. There's one. Tries to find a second, but no, of course not. It is Paris. It's always been Paris throughout this entire map. And they will extend the series. Look at that 2-0 in the face. Well, we'll give you a 3-0 in the control to make it interesting. What a great turnaround there for Paris.
A lot of good performances on that map for Paris as well. You see BJ Davis starting that last map, but Manitoba has come up clutch in many situations in the first 2 maps. Would not be surprised. But here we go. Heading into this terminal hard point. It should be a good one. An absolute bloodbath. Looks like it's starting here on this P1.
Move over to P1 we go, and it's just as scrappy as you think, but Manitoba seems to get a better of it, and we'll eat that initial time. Paris did get a few seconds beforehand, but spawns have flipped already. Manitoba trying to make quick work of this here. Flub might have found a way on through, though. Once the flip the spawns over towards security, that's going to be great here for P2, but it's still currently Manitoba that are over in that spot, and in the meantime, Toby is just sitting there like a pretty duck, just eating that time.
Yeah, and Manitoba, first a couple seconds ago they are their way. Excuse me, I am just stumbling over my words. But now the kill is going the way of Paris. Manitoba set up for new, though. They do have those spawns for new, so this is a hill where you can really lock this in. Gonna take a big break here from Paris. Let's see if they do it. Pazel, nice start, 5-1. He might have found a way to.
Oh, never mind.
No, Fish with the read. They kill there, and the reach out on 6 health. Oh my goodness.
There is a level of confidence that I aspire to have, and right now, the confidence's name is Fish. What a brilliant play to keep Manitoba on that time. And Sigburn might have a lineup here. That's 2. Tries to find a 3rd. Can't quite get the bullets. So now it will be Paris eating the rest of this time. Likely here, Manitoba might try for one more push, but they do have the P3 side, so this is actually an okay thing here to do. They do have that side of the 50, but they don't want to die like they're currently doing. Sig in a good position over there on top gas, holding things down. Paris with a lead, but Manitoba probably in a position to tie it right back up.
Well, Paris, that's a win for them on that hill. They didn't have the spawns, but they do break it. Fish once again with a nice little kill right there, but they do break it from that left side of the map. It allows them to get on the hill and maintain the lead they have. Now it is going to be Manitoba. They are set up for this plain hill. A little bit maybe easier to break with how wall bangable it is. We'll see if Paris can get their way in. Already the kills going their way, and now getting Mixie on this point, and just like that, Paris break right on in.
Paris find the break, and very early in the hill as well, so very good time headed their way, and this is a tough call here for Manitoba. They probably want to focus on next, but this is so much time to give up. This puts Paris on the century mark, but the break is in anyway. But Manitoba realizing where they're at, realize only one player is really necessary to hold on to this hill. The rest of them have to go next. Not a good start, though. They're going to get there, and they're going to meet their maker here. BJ with a good start, but immediate 4 down. So that is time. That is next. That is trophies down, and that is a great setup here for Manitoba, but the close spawns might do them in.
They didn't read it. They did not read this, and this is going to allow Paris to break right back in. Only one player around this hill now. He's got to try to stay down and wait for reinforcements, but they're spawning so far away. It's Sig last up, trying to just see if he can stay alive. Paris is actually not pushing him right now, and this is going to allow him to stay on the time. BJ Davis finds the kill, but he's going to get traded out. That is a misstep right there for Paris. Not able to push that, and now Manitoba can get on this time. That could be the turning point in this match. That is a big play there from Manitoba.
Yeah, I have no idea why they waited. I mean, I guess they were trying to find everybody else over coming from P1 side, but like, I don't know why that matters. You know there's only one more player in there. To make the play, just pinch him in. You have 4 spawning up on the inside. That's all you needed to do, but regardless, Manitoba make the most of it, and now have regained the lead. BJ Davis trying to at least lessen the damage, so Paris will at least get their lead back. Over to P5 we go. Manitoba have a small setup here, 2 players on the inside, but it will be defended. as Toby tries to make the play, but Catwalk has opened up, but there's additional reinforcements there. So once again, a misstep by Paris might be some trouble for them later on down the road.
They are going to get those closer spawns here for next, but Manitoba is starting to find their groove. They're starting to get these kills and make it tough for Paris. Toby finding the last Paris player in the back takes him down. And now, it's going to actually be Paris getting back on this hill. Kind of been back and forth. I think they were too focused on that player in the back. They give up a little positioning. Now Paris back on this time, but it is just back and forth. Just how we like it. And this P5 is getting real big.
Paris seems to be getting the better of it right now. Should be the first to hit the century mark if all things go according to plan. But when does anything ever go according to plan? Manitoba will plan on going over to P1. That's what will happen next here as we go into our second set of rotations. And I feel like it's deja vu from what we saw in that first hard point where everything are just about even. So now a second rotation going to have to try to find some ground. But Paris actually going to win this one, I believe, as Sigburn going to be last up. Takes one with him on the martyrdom, but Sandshredder will be there to try to eat some of this time, but currently time staying light, so 8 seconds, fully unclaimed.
Paris now does get in the hill. Is that in the hill? Where he was, I don't know. But Fish finding one on the flank, looking for more. BJ Davis has to stay down if he's on time. Does find that as well, and just another break. It has just been back and forth. Both teams, you think that they have the advantage, the upper hand, and then they are just broken. What a match we have. You got to be careful here if you're Paris. They're going to try to work through the right side of the map to try to break this hill, but you're giving up positioning for next, and now the kill is going the way of Manitoba. Flub, though, getting the kill. The last 18 seconds will go their way, but this has allowed Manitoba to get into P2 and potentially be the first ones there. Clam Chowder has a lot of work to do to get some kills.
No, there's a strat here. I mean, I got to think that, like, if you know that they're going to spawn security and you have 2 players positioned there, you could double team. But once again, this is Paris' failure to launch. Like, they seem to have the right settings in, the right places that they need to be, but they just will not hit the go button. And I'm not totally sure why. Like, there was an opportunity there, and if it was a good kind of, you know, triple-digit IQ spawn read, it just didn't go their way. So now Manitoba are going to be the ones starting to claw themselves back into this one. The kills certainly helping them out as well. Security spawns here for Paris. They try to break back in here, but Manitoba with the lead again.
And Toby going to refill on that hill. So only, I mean, the first 30 seconds go in the way of Manitoba right now. And Paris has not really gotten too close to breaking this in. Now 40 seconds gone by, and now Manitoba already trying to set up for next as well. So now 20 seconds. Going to say potentially goes the way of Paris. Paris is starting to let this slip out of their hands. That was 4 down. The setup for Manitoba is to new. They are starting to string these hills together. Paris has to stop the bleeding.
Manitoba just currently not letting that happen. Set up for next, and Toby will regain possession of that top gas. Good kill there from Clan to at least lessen some things, but Sigburn is still going to eat up that time. The lead is starting to build here for Manitoba, but Paris have found an entrance over towards the back of the plane, and they have 2 players stationed there. It's a good play by Clam to not go immediately for the fight, but Sig and Toby going to start doing some work here. Clam Chowder has some help with BJ Davis, and now all of a sudden the hill is broken in. That's a great patient play coming in from Paris, and that's, you know, when they say you're free to move about the cabin, I don't think that's what they mean. But, you know, regardless, Paris do end up breaking the side of the hill. They will get this scrap, but look who is already stationed in Burger Town.
You need more reinforcements, though, if you are Manitoba. You got to get yourself over there. And
Don't push up.
They're not. I mean, this is another chance for Paris to potentially break this hill. Now,
help your teammate.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Toby, you're having a conniption over here. Toby gonna try to fight this by himself. You do have the cross watch though, so not the worst thing in the world. And now you kind of have a decent setup. You're watching all the lanes. You have the cross. It's gonna be tough for Paris to get in.
Tough indeed, and just falling straight on the line right now and just holding the angle. They know they're coming from P1, so Sig's gonna find one. Clam comes in for the immediate chow, but the help is there. Great defending here from Manitoba as they bring down Paris right away. The Eiffel Tower is starting to crumble here on this terminal hard point. The rest of Paris going to try to work their way through the middle, but I mean, this is a better defensive setup than I originally expected. They knew there's really only 2 lanes you have to cover. They basically fully covered one. If they break through one, you know where they're going, and you're already set up for it. So the kills still are going in the favor of Manitoba. Over that 200 mark now. Paris just got to let it go. They got to go next. You got to fight for this rotation. and it's a scrappy hill. Manitoba's already there. Big gunfight here for Fish. Clam Chowder not challenging the weak opponent at the moment, but everyone's just going to hang back. Manitoba needs some extra reinforcements with this ult spawn. Oh my god, Fish! Never mind. No, he doesn't. He doesn't need anybody.
Manitoba does get that money hill that they were looking for. Now only 30 points away from winning this. Paris does get on the time for now, and we have some split spawns coming in, and this is actually going to work out in the favor of Manitoba. They're going to be able to pinch this P5, you would think, for the kills. Going the way of Paris, so hold your horses. This one is not over yet. Paris getting on the hill, getting the first 30 seconds already. Now Manitoba needs to find a way to break back in.
I'm okay if Manitoba want to start trying to work their way over towards P1 here. You don't want to see all that spawn. What in the world? Oh my god. Okay, so a big split there from Fish and Toby. So now things have really opened up. So Manitoba will have that P1 side as well as the hill. And now Paris are going to be stuck in no man's land over by P2. So now a lot more work for them to do here. They're going to win this time, which they'll do. But now they have to start pushing over the line once again to get on over to P1 here in a hurry.
Now just 20 points away if you are Manitoba, inching ever closer, but Paris is not out of this
What is
yet.
that spot?
And now, yeah.
Look, that is so cheesy, man. Come on.
I thought I had seen that earlier, and now I do. And
oh, come on.
I mean, this is going to be a contested P1 for the time being. Paris will try to continue to get this time. But now, Manitoba break on in, and they're starting to find the kills. Paris is spawning out. BJ Davis goes down. Sigburn finds a kill. Only 10 seconds away.
10 seconds away, and they're holding on tight, but Basil's going to hop right back on and basically put his freaking toenail inside of the hard point to keep it contested. Sigburn knows the drill. Going to have to just go for it here. They got to be careful because Paris could control P2, but not unless Fish sneaks through the back. Sneaks through the TSA. Trying to find anybody here for Paris. Does find BJ. Now has to find the rest of them. The bullets are flying. The callouts there, but Fish is just a better gunner. 44 and 21. Sigburn has the trophy down onto the P2 floor, and they are going to call game right here. Paris have one push at this, but they don't have all their players nearby. Hazel completely out of the play. Couple of kills, though. Sig's by himself. Sig is down, and now the opening for Paris is there, and the rest of Manitoba cannot get a kill. So now it's going to be Paris, who have completely put themselves in the driver's seat, and are looking to call it right here.
And I think there's a cruise in the back pocket, but how are you going to use it on a hill like this? And they're going to try to call this in. Will it make any difference? 2 kills going the way of Manitoba, and now Toby is going to try to sneak in. Only 8 points away if you are Paris. The first kill going the way. One more break here for Manitoba, but Paris is just taking them down, and Paris Letdowns are going to win the map despite Fish having an unbelievable map. I mean, there's no way to put it, and we go to a map 5.
What in the hell? I got a vision of what's been a great series so far. Manitoba Mallards, Paris Letdowns, Gold Premade East Division. Paris Letdowns looking to finish the reverse sweep, finish what they started right here, right now. It's Search and Destroy on Invasion.
Manitoba starts on the offensive side. Really looking to slow it down, do what they did in the first map, get themselves in the life advantage, find the picks early, and make it difficult on Paris. He gets the first blood and is quickly traded out, though. Toby now chasing a kill, and he thinks better of it. Gonna back up. Great play by him there, as Fish finds one on the clam chowder, so 3v2 advantage here for Manitoba.
Put the pendulum back on their side of things, but nice little shot in the toe. We'll put Sigburn down in the ground, and all of a sudden the tides have turned. Bomb is planted, but Fish is alone in defending it. 1v2 situation here has BJ Davis and Basil to deal with. They're probably the two guys you really don't want to deal with, and the timing almost just costed them. Nice turn from Fish. Has to play nice and slow, but BJ knows better. Gonna challenge the weakened opponent, and will be able to get to the fuse. So Paris, nice little crafty play there to grab 2, and we'll get up on the board.
Yeah, BJ Davis has been phenomenal in this series, but he has been really, really good in the Search and Destroy in that map 1, and already starting off that way, and map 2 icing up for Paris. Manitoba had the life advantage in that round, could not close it out. 2 quick kills around when that bomb was planted, so you put yourself in a situation where if you're Fish, there's only so many places you can really hide over on that B site. He gets 1, but does get taken out. Paris, a better start in this Search and Destroy than last time.
Bullets flying across the map. DJ trying to use the ladders, a little bit of leverage. Mills, though, will open things up with a kill on the Pazel onto that side street. A appears to be the play, but that grenade, unlucky there for Mills, finds just the right angle inside of that vehicle to be problematic. And now we are all evened up at 3 lives apiece. And everyone staying quiet for the time being. A couple bullets being fired on that side street, but nothing. Oh, never mind. Flub finds one, but the trade is right there, and Fish will get out of dodge. Fish trying to be a little annoying, and does so perfectly. So 2v2 situation now.
Bomb still in hand there for Paris, and they would try to get this over to the site. Fish just standing in this freezer area, and this bomb actually might get rotated over to B, which I love this play. Get some positioning on Sig, who's playing up the street, and they're not wise to it yet. They still think they're back in that gas area, but that bomb is going to go down at B. They're going to be surprised by this, and now the retake will have to come in from Manitoba.
Make sure you play together, though. Don't want to get caught out there. You got to know there's a player probably over by that cafe. Could cause some problems for you. Fish, in the meantime. Test the waters a little bit. Okay, so nose over by Broken. Let's see if we can get the kill. Not quite. Clam Chowder actually going to find the cleanup. So now Fish going to get pinched. Paris continuing the run. They're up 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, they get through in the back of the spawn, and then from there, you have the positioning and the just the advantage, quite frankly, over the team trying to make the defuse there in the side of Manitoba. 2-0 though, and if you're Manitoba, I mean, look, you've lost the last 2 maps. You're on the verge of getting reverse swept. I know it's early, but you gotta start getting around here soon. You do not want to let it get out of hand. Have an offensive round here. I'd like them, you know, maybe see if they can do what they did so well in that first search and destroy, play for those picks, make it difficult on Paris.
Tall order, though, as Paris continue to find the first blood. Continual problems here for Manitoba, who are trying to just force this up the B side, but they just have no leverage to do so. I mean, they are essentially trapped way beyond their 50-yard line, still kind of in their spawn now. With that, Kill might find a way through, but easier said than done. The rest of Paris are ready for him. So now Sig. Just kind of playing around, and rest of Manitoba just hanging tight for right now. Time continues to dwindle away, and Pazel's just not going to wait any longer. Gonna try to find the kill, but Mills is prime to it. Finds a couple of bullets, but not quite the kill.
Pazel almost got really good timing and then got really bad timing and is not able to find that kill. So it's still a 3v3. Pazel does find the kill now on the Sig that is bombed down. Quickly picked up, and Pazel does get taken down. So does this allow the bomb to go down on A? They're going to try it as Clam Chowder looks to make his move. Bomb is down, though, on A. This is a huge round here for Manitoba. They get that first kill. Now 1v2 situation club. Last alive. Shots are out. They know where he is. Going to be a tall task. He's taking down Manitoba on the board.
Yeah, much needed around there for Manitoba, not letting this one get too out of hand. Well, still a tough one, though. Had to kind of work their way back into it before ultimately taking the round home, but they will do so. So now, on the defensive side of things, a chance to double up here. And try and continue to build the momentum towards their side of things. But, I mean, look at the KDs right now. I mean, Fish, he's got to get some help here.
Yeah, I mean, he's been I think their best player tonight, really. He's been unbelievable, and after dropping 45 that last map, I'm sure he's got a little bit of a vendetta against how this series goes, but it's going to be Paris hitting this B site and hitting it pretty fast, and you got player number 3 and Sig in the back who's going to get some shots on. His information is granted, but once again, it's Paris Letdowns with the first blood. Time and time again, this has been happening in this invasion search and destroy. You got to set for Sig. Now Mills with the pinch does find one.
3v3. Pazel goes down. Fish finds that kill. Mills trying to find another, but Clam Chowder turns on him. 2v2 situation. Fish is towards the back. And this guy's one side by side along Clam Chowder, who's up over on that B4 side. Now 1v1 situation. The jump down and the kill from Clam Chowder. A 1v2. Continues to build their Paris. They are up 3-1. Drive invasion.
Definitely got all these 3 around there. Clam Chowder. His Paris continues to roll on. Manitoba thought maybe for a second there had the chance another big round, I think, coming up here.
Fish finds the first one, continues to build upon that extra KD, and then just punches Flub right in the mouth. 11 and 3 for Fish. Needs some serious help here, or maybe doesn't, honestly, because just put Paris on their heels on this round. Fish continues to fry. Now, I'm not talking Simon here, as BJ Davis finally answers back. Couple of shots go down, puts BJ Davis in a corner here. Somehow doesn't get stunned in that situation. Actually finds Fish, so good situation. If you're going to do a 1v4, it's a good person to kill early. 30 seconds, though. Has to make the most of this. Not going to do so. Sig finally gets on the board with a kill, and Manitoba still keeping this one manageable.
Manitoba pulls one back and keeping it close. I mean, look, they haven't played their best here on this, you know, map 5 to start, but they're keeping it close. They're only down one round, and anything is still possible. I mean, Fish is just absolutely doing it. Basically anything he wants on the map right now. Finding 3 in that round. He is carrying his team, trying to get this victory. But, I mean, 12 kills after 5 rounds is insane.
Yeah, something that you're only going to see in this division, that's for damn sure. 12 and 4, nades out. Paris looks like an A build appearing to happen here. Manitoba just trying to keep their cool right now, keep their cover. Let Paris come to them on the attack. A couple of shots being fired there from Sig. BJ forced to back up with the bomb in hand, but Toby does end up finding first blood. Trade is there. Shots being fired. Both teams just so aggressive, both on attack and defense here. Anyone can get caught out at any time, and it's really going to be detrimental to which team gets the advantage.
Gotta be careful with Paris, because you're in a situation where you could get yourself cornered in as Fish, once again on the flank, finds one. Does he get traded out? He doesn't. He gets out with his life, 2v2. 37 seconds on the clock, and now you're playing a game to try to find Fish, and you are a long way away from a bomb site right now if you are Paris.
Yeah, got to work your way on over. I mean, PJ just might go straight to A here. Hazel just going to do the work by himself. Fish finds another kill, 1v2 for them, but the shot is not going to be there. Paris gonna bring us here to the swing round, and man, it just looked like Paris is getting all the lucky breaks that they need to. Both players, or both teams, sorry, like I said, playing super aggressive here. It's just all about the timings, and Paris is getting the better of it.
Swing around coming up, and it just something has felt off in this search and destroy for Manitoba. I don't know what it is. I mean, look, maybe they're a really good high-rise team and lacking in invasion, but something just does not feel like it's all that cohesive as a team right now, and they are getting exposed of it right now, but still, again, not out of it. Big round coming up here. Fisher's just going to fly through mid-map, try to see if he can find this first blood. Once again, does not spot Pazel, who's just sitting in that dark corner. And now Pazel gets a good timing. BJ Davis with the kill on Toby, and it is all unraveling right now for Manitoba.
Yeah, no, they just can't get anything going right now, and now Fish is down early, so now you're up to Sig and Mills. Haven't been able to do a lot, and they have to try to move the bomb as well. So I'll fly it right now, and Paris know the locations of at least one player and can probably guess where the other one is going to be, as BJ Davis has worked their way all the way over. But Mills will at least make it interesting, finds one, but Pazel will make that cleanup look easy, and Sig's going to get taken down, and here we go. The reverse sweep could potentially happen right here. It's 5-2. It's looking likely. Manitoba need a miracle.
Yeah, it just the magic that Manitoba had early in the series just not there. They are getting absolutely turned around right now. And now they find themselves in a position where they need to get 4 round wins in a row in the search and destroy to win this series. Avoid being reverse swept, but I'm going to tell you right now, it is not looking good. Outside of Fish, there has been nothing really going right in the search and destroy right now for Manitoba.
Yeah, it's been not good at all. Just to say the least. It's been not good at all for Manitoba this entire map, and except for Fish. I mean, you pad your stats a little bit on this one, I guess, but over to B we go, and the only person covering is Sig, and the rest of Paris are just going to fly on through. They'll still play this a little bit slow, see if they can find the early picks, and not able to do so quite yet. But BJ Davis will get there with the bomb and be able to get it down. Fish gets some pretty bad timing, but might run into the gun here of Pazel if they go the wrong way.
Pazel is playing such a good spot and just looking to find the Fish, though, is actually going to try to get this down. At least gets information. Now has to fly out on Hazel. You would imagine the kill is going the way of Manitoba. One less alive. Fish takes him down. The retake is in. That crew's coming in clutch. Getting the information. Mills on the defuse. Manitoba stays alive.
Yeah, but for how long are they going to be able to continue? They have 3 rounds that they have to win in a row. Cannot drop the ball at all. And now they're going to be on the attacking side. So a very, very, very tall order indeed. About as long as a CVS receipt you're going to have to deal with. It's Manitoba have a lot of work to do. Fish 15-6. Mills starting to make up some ground, but for Toby and Sigburn, going to have to wait and see what they can contribute in these next 3 rounds. Everyone's got to lock in right now.
Back in the offense if you're Manitoba. Looks like a map spread at this point in time. Try to find these kills. Pazel from deep is going to get some shots on Mills and try to throw this nade out. And Mills is already in a tough situation. Cannot go down this early in the round. But look how passive Manitoba is playing right now. I mean, they are really, really looking for this first blood at this point.
Appreciate Manitoba slowing it down, but can't slow too much down when Pazel is just able to beam me across the map. 12-7 right now for Pazel. And now Toby goes down as well. So now a 4v2 situation. Paris want to put an end to this one as Sigburn and Fish are left to pick up whatever they can in these final moments. Pazel's going to keep an eye on that flank in case A decides to be the move, but Flub is going to be the first boss that they have to deal with on the cross. So Paris now aware of the plan, and Manitoba, I think, are just out of options.
Well, you look at the spread as well. I mean, everything is getting shut down. The door flies open. Fish has done a lot of great things in this search and destroy, but a 1v4 with 19 seconds on the clock would be insane. He's taken down. Paris Letdowns pull off the reverse sweep. Rest in peace, Kiki the bird. This one's over.
Man, not what I expected to happen, man. I mean, not at all. I mean, the search prowess that we saw early on from Manitoba just did not show up.